My bad. My bad. What's up, everybody? Let's good morning. Mina, good morning. My hat. I know. Listen. So, good morning if you're back on YouTube. Again, the restream, whatever app I use to do it on multiple platforms is messed up. So, we're doing this instead. Yeah, the hat is the Colts, right? Because the Colts won yesterday. Can't believe it. Like, didn't think we would even come close to win, and we smoked them. And this hat came from K-Way's shop, one of his whatnots, and his team, the Titans, lost, which they're used to doing. So nothing big over there. Juliet, good morning. Zach, good morning. Heather, there we go. Better view all around. We're going to be packing orders. Depop, Poshmark. No Depop. Poshmark, eBay, Mercari. No Depop. No Depop. That's just the last one I looked up. But funny enough, talking about the NFL, I sold 1, 2, 3, I think 3 NFL items over the weekend. So hopefully you guys have that stuff listed ready to go. Amy D, what's up? I got one box for us. One box for us this morning. That's it. It's a giant one too. You'll see later. You'll see why. Other than that, how's everyone doing? How are the weekend? How are the sales over the weekend? My sales were pretty steady. Pretty steady. Nothing crazy. I'm not out here selling 100 items like Nick is. From Carmel as well. What's up, Mina? Where do you live in Carmel? What's up? I'm gonna probably see you out thrifting. Do you go to most of the Carmel Goodwills, or do you go to other Goodwills in the city? I go to some of the ones in Carmel, not all of them, because I know which ones put out like better stuff and not better stuff. Good morning. What starts the NFL weekend? Good morning. I know if you guys, I didn't watch the whole thing. I know a lot of people aren't football fans, but if you're in the reselling business, I mean, you got to know a little bit about everything, right? Last night, the Bills and Ravens played, who are probably the two best teams in the AFC, one half of the NFL. And it was 40 to 25 or something like that. The Ravens were beating the Bills in the fourth quarter. The Bills came back and won it by 1 point. I didn't get to watch the ending. I wish I would have. But then I probably wouldn't have gone to sleep for a long time. The East Side, got you. East Side of Carmel. That's where I'm at. The bins have ruined regular Goodwills for me. You know what? Good. I hear that more and more and more. People going to the bins rather than going to the actual racks at Goodwills. I don't know how it is in your guys' town. Here in Indy, I know Nick just joined. He goes to the bins too. Here in Indy, we have a ton of Goodwills. We also have 3 bins, 3 outlets. And everyone there, most of the people there are going there for different things for the most part. So, I mean, you have some competition, obviously, but yeah, you just can't beat it for the price. If you can get pairs of jeans, Levi's jeans, for just a couple bucks and be able to sell them for 15 or 17, which Levi's will sell about every time for that much, you'll be good. Oh, well, let's see. So many good games yesterday. Go Bears. Monday Night Football today. All right, Nick. Go Bears. The Bears. This Poshmark order will remind you of the Bears. It's not the Bears, but will remind you. Good morning, Dora. Good morning, Cookie. Hail to the Redskins. Let's go. There you go. Happy Redskins. And you got to see Dallas lose, which is always a good thing for you Redskins fans. Let's go ahead and get started on what sold over the weekend. This is one of my favorite items to sell during the fall and winter. So if you're not picking these up, I will. Normally, I will not pick up LL Bean jeans for $7.99, which is my buy cost. But anytime I find the flannel line jeans and they're in decent condition, these are actually like a newer-ish tag, and the flannel has like that waffle to it. So these sold on Mercari for $27. Really happy about that sale. Good with that. What's up, Sandy? The Gary, Indiana is so beautiful. I like to stroll through the neighborhood and say hi to all the locals. Doubt that. Gary, Indiana. I know you don't go there. I know you go to the one in Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, okay, so while I pack this, $27, paid $7.99. I live in Indy. It's about 3 hours away from Chicago. We used to, ever since I was like this big, we'd go to Chicago twice a year. And then when I got in high school, we started going just after Christmas. My dad was always a reseller, just loved deals and stuff. So we'd go after Christmas and do all the clearance shopping after Christmas and stay on the Magnificent Mile. If you're not familiar with Chicago, the Magnificent Mile is in downtown Chicago, North Michigan, and it's just beautiful, big, tall, beautiful buildings, all the nicest stores, all the like Fifth Avenue. It's just the nicest. Burberry and Rolex, Cartier, all those. Ferragamo, Louis Vuitton, all those are right there. Over the past few years, those stores have just been moving out and out and out and out. And over the weekend or Friday, and it's been happening all the time, just midday, people come and just bust open windows and just steal stuff. And they did it to Rolex over the weekend, which was sad. Really, really sad to see, because that's where I spent a ton of time down there. And so now it's like, why are these stores wanting to be there? And people are like, why would I want to go down and spend time in Chicago on the Magnificent Mile? It used to be a big thing. But now we didn't go last year. I doubt we go this year too. I know for a fact, actually, we're not going this year. So sorry about Chicago. Good morning. What's Nick's eBay page? Thanks for all you share and learning. Nick, what's your eBay page? There you go. The bins couldn't be more trashy bunch of junk, Cookie says. I mean, that's fighting words to some people. Bearded would probably fight over that. And the stuff he gets is junk, in my opinion, but then he does a whatnot and sells all of it. So people are into that sort of thing. So flannel line jeans, and those are actually going out. Like I sent it out in an eBay bag, even though I sold on Mercari. Those are going out UPS, so I got to make sure they go out over there. Good morning, Brian. Jets are the same old Jets. You know what? They are. I was talking to my wife yesterday, and the Jets and Steelers came down to the end. And it's funny because they swapped quarterbacks over the offseason. And I'm like, Shelby, the Jets are going to lose this game. It came down to the end. I'm like, that's just what happens with the Jets. They just don't have luck. They never get anything in their favor, and they just ended up losing it. What's trending now? That's terrible about the Rolex. Yeah. What's trending now? You mean clothing wise? I don't know. I mean, you can see what I'm selling. Those flannel line jeans always sell really well for me. I've been a family member of mine has 7-Eleven down there that teenagers have looted twice. The police literally will not show up. It's wild. Yes. So I don't know if you followed me a few years ago. The last time I went to Chicago, I saw 2 snatch and grabs. One was at Marshall's. A guy just grabbed stuff and went up the escalator. And then another one was at Ross downtown. And that one I filmed. I actually posted it online. I just saw these guys with my son. I saw these guys getting all these coats. I obviously knew what they were doing. They grabbed them. They just casually walked right by the security guard at Ross and went right up the escalator. And I asked the security guard later, I'm like, why didn't you stop them? Or he said, we can't. I said, I could grab the merchandise, but I can't touch them because, I just can't do that. So what he does is they call the Chicago PD up top, but those people are gone. So all those stores in downtown Chicago are closing up. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. And I've seen it firsthand. I've seen what it's gone to. So yeah. School time. I had an awesome weekend. Coats are selling like crazy. Let's go. Yes, coats. I didn't really sell many coats. I sold a couple things. You'll see coats related, but I did sell some warm things. The flannel line pants. Beard is so smart. He built an audience around stuff he loves so he can sell only stuff he enjoys without having to follow the typical reseller rules to success. That is true. We'll say that again. So Bearded, he loves nostalgia and cool little things that's like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll buy that for $1. Someone will probably buy that for $6. And he's built an audience that people just will do that and buy it. So on Whatnot, he doesn't even really sell on eBay anymore. He basically just sells on Whatnot and just go with fun, funky little stuff that he buys. Nick, you're right. Cindy, I appreciate that. I learned a tremendous amount. What is the difference between chino shorts or pants and regular shorts or pants? I can never find a clear, consistent definition. Thank you so much for your time or for your help. You're welcome. So what I say with chinos, I don't know. That's probably something you can Google or chat GPT because I really couldn't tell you the exact answer. But if it's just like a, let me see, I actually just did one. I just put a pair away right here. So if I find a pair of just pants, like cotton twill pants, I call those chinos, but I also put pants in it. You can put both keywords in it, but I just call these chinos, just flat front or not flat. They can be pleated or flat front, khaki chino type of pants. You would think are like dress casual. So I'd probably chat GPT that one. I wish I could help you more. Not a great teacher on that. I swear I just said a pair of LOB flannel line jeans after you said that. You just sold a pair? Let's go. Let's sell more. I have a few more I need to sell. I will tell you though, with flannel line jeans, you often you'll find a 40 by 30, a 42 by 30. Those really big and short size, you see a lot of that. And I don't know if it's people wear it over their other clothes or whatever, but I tend to obviously do better with like the 34, 32, which you just don't find. I don't find those near as much as the bigger sizes. And those last forever. Those jeans last forever. Question, I sold an Adidas pants, already sent the package, but the customer never updated his address. What's going to happen because keep saying error address? It'll probably get sent back to you, Roberto. It'll probably say return to sender and get sent back to you. And in that case, if it's the problem with the buyer's address, I'll refund the cost of the item, but not the original shipping. So I'll refund the cost of the pants and then relist it. I'm gonna want to help. Who's gonna want to help her fee now? I know. I enjoy estate sales lately. I found my best finds lately at them. Yeah, I think estate sales, and you kind of pass the middle. The middleman are the estate sales, but you're like in works with the middleman. Instead of going to Goodwill and then they send it to like the auction, shopgoodwill.com, at least you have a chance to get it before. And if you're doing just clothing, I can tell you a lot of estate sales don't care about clothing. Clothing is like the least of what they want to get out of estate sales. My dad ran an estate sale company for a long time, and we still have estate sale friends. They have these estate sales will have sterling silver and all sorts of, really clothing they don't care too much about. I load up on flannel line jeans at the bins. It's so dull buying them in the summer, but they fly in the weather. Yeah, when it turns cold, they fly. I have a whole bin full of them. I was just in there getting them out. Laughing because I actually search thrift for giant sized for the fabric. Hey, there you go. Poopy pies. You gotta do what you do. Poopy pies and cookie in here. Love poopy pies and cookie. Okay. Wishing you fantastic sales. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate you. All right, Kathy, good morning. Let's get on over to, let's do Poshmark. Actually, let's knock Poshmark out of the way real quick. Okay, I've had this since we're talking about bearded. I got this with bearded, I would say 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, a long time ago. This is a Giants sweater, really good condition. Nick, it looks like the Bears. It's the same version, the Bears, the one that is famous in like SNL skits and that Ditka wore. But this is a Giant sweater, perfect condition. I had this listed for $100 for 2 years. Obviously, it was too much money. Someone offered me $50 over the weekend. I took it. Like I said, I've had this for a long time. Amy D, this is what's going in the box. I said it's Giant because it's the Giants. Get it? Yeah, $50 for that sweater. So, looking for NFL stuff. The reason I got this is because it's vintage. I'll talk about the other things too. Does happen to customer. Reminding everyone to hydrate and like the stream. Oh, if you haven't, hey, thanks, Poopy Pie. Yeah, you can hit the like button and also hydrate. Water. I've been hydrating more. I've also been walking on the incline. I feel like an old man on the treadmill. I just prefer it over running. I get a good sweat in. Got to take my hydration, get ready for that. I was at an estate sale over the weekend, and they were priced so high. If Patagonia Better Sweater was $95 used, forget it. Yeah, some of those garage sales I go to are the same way. It's like, get out of here with that. Not gonna happen. I mean, people might buy it, but it's not gonna be us. They can do that. That's an estate sale where people look at everything online and price it at eBay prices. We've all been to those. My dad was the opposite. Because what happens is at the end of the estate sale, you get stuck with a lot of stuff. And that's not what you want as an estate sale company. You don't want to get stuck with stuff. So you want to be really, really fair on the prices, give deals. If people buy a lot of things, give some deals on those things. That's what he would do. He had great success with his estate sales. And he would have nonstop estate sales. I sold 11 on Depop this weekend. Nick, how do you do that? Tell us how you do that. Made me want to throw on a Carhartt, start calling everyone saying the word cop and tough. Listen, how are you selling that many items on Depop? You got to tell me, unless you're selling those Carhartts. I might try my hand at the bin store. I've never done it before, so I should at least go once. Yeah, you should definitely go once, Dora. Go. You film stuff too. You can go. I don't know if they allowed you to film in yours, but go in there and film it. It's an experience. You'll leave with stuff. You know, you might leave with the cart full. You might leave with, you'll leave with something. You'll find stuff. It's just, you know, you never know. And also, like I said, I think the bins, a lot of times, at least when I go, I mean, I know I see all these like TikTokers and Facebookers and YouTube and IG people who get carts full of like Veronica Beard and Viore Nua tags. I haven't found that there, but if you can just get a whole bunch of Levi's and stuff, I mean, you can make bank. Companies are much better than private estate sales. There you go. Company estate sales. Also went to a garage sale and they had used polo quarter zip for $40. Get out of here with that. No, will not buy that. Nope. Have at it. Have at it. You want to say something to those people, but it's just not worth it. Honestly, I have no idea. Usually doesn't happen, I promise. The Depop, I don't believe you, Nick, because I see your pictures where you sell 100 items over the weekend. I love the estate sale guys who tell me that their job is simply to just empty the house. Yep, empty the house. Like, make a pile. Make a pile and I'll give you a price. It's pretty much like, other than expensive stuff, that's how my dad ran estate sales. Like, make a pile and I'll set a price for your whole pile. That's how he used to do it, which is great. Good morning, Granny. Just let both sales spend money at the other more reasonable sales. Yeah. Okay, you guys got it. All right, you guys are talking. Can buy Halloween costumes for $2 each today. I don't know about that. Tons of different ones. So Halloween costumes, I mean, people make a fortune selling Halloween costumes. They buy them all year and then they start selling. I mean, if you can buy them for $3 a piece and list them right now, get them all listed right now, I think you should do well. You'll at least make my money back. Just know maybe by the end you'll have leftovers and you can just put them in a bin until next Halloween. I mean, that's what Halloween stores do too. They don't clearance everything off. They just put it all in bins and bring it out the next year. Also, my 18-year-old son just asked me where to go for graphic tees. My boy, have I got advice for you? Psycho crack. Yeah, right? Graphic tees. So you talking about like you wanting vintage tees? Good luck. All right, Poshmark. This is the last lot item that I have, which was kind of cool. So last lot item, happy to get rid of these. These are marine layer t-shirts. Marine layer t-shirts. They were $2.99 a piece and 3 of them. I sold them for $25. I took a best offer on Poshmark for $25. Made money on them. I know marine layer sells. Didn't list these that long ago. I'm not going to turn down, $10 profit. And also, like I said, these are t-shirts. So I'm happy to sell those right now. I always talk about that. When I'm getting offers in mid-September for t-shirts and shorts and swimsuits, which I have one here too, I'm definitely taking offers and taking less than I might normally take. That's not on everything, but that's on many items. The hat, the Colts won. The Colts won. And if K-Way comes in here at some point, he'll cry because I bought this from his show, his Whatnot show, and the Colts won. Hate selling Halloween costumes. Get returns after Halloween. I hate Halloween. Oh, you had I was a Halloween retail. Oh my gosh. So you owned a Halloween store? That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Get returns after Halloween. Ugh, that's a good point. So think about that one. Think about that one, Lisha. I don't know if I'd do that then. That's a good point. I don't buy Halloween costumes. I see them at Goodwill and I pass on them, unless they're like for my kids. These are a pair of Prana shorts. And I've had these for a while, and these used to sell really quick for me, but they did not sell that quickly. Prana shorts. I think they're called Mojo. I'd have to go look. But these sold for $13. $13. It took a best offer. Again, I've had them for a while. Just happy to get rid of them. $13 for these. Going in a Tyvek envelope because it's Poshmark. I don't accept returns on costumes or puzzles. That's a good idea, piece of scrap. That's a good idea. Yeah, costumes, puzzles, Legos. Those are all good idea. Not to do returns. Also, electronics as is. I know eBay only lets them have like a 3-day return policy now for electronics as is. Yeah, Prana shorts. Prana kind of come down over the years for me. Do one more of these on here. Good morning, Kevin. Thanks for popping in. Vinny, cup of coffee. Good morning. All right. Happy Monday morning. Next item, Poshmark again with 2. We'll stick to the NFL theme. Bought this vintage 49ers. I think I made a video on this one too. And I also bought this one with Bearded when we were in rural Indiana. This is a Rawlings vintage long sleeve 49ers. Now, all the ones I saw on these, this is like a sweatshirt. They were all short sleeve. This was the only long sleeve one. So I priced it a little bit more. This sold for $35. $35 on this vintage like sweatshirt jersey type of thing. I think that's Jerry Rice, right? Number 80. I think that's Jerry Rice. I made more money with hard goods, but would rather pack clothing simple and fast. I know, me too. But I would rather pack 3 hard goods that make me $300, $400 in a day, than list 25 things of clothing. It's just not where it is though for me. I can't find those hard goods, or at least I don't put the effort in. I'm not gonna say I can't find them. I'm not gonna say they're not out there, because they are. I know they are, but I just haven't put the effort in to go for them. They're not at the thrift stores, really. That's Jerry Rice Summers. Good morning, or good timing. Yeah, good timing. That was the second NFL item. Talking about NFL items. Second NFL item. This is a pair of jeans you want to be on the lookout for. These sold for $102. $102. So number one, look for the feather. The feather right there. These are used jeans sold for $102. And they're called Rogue. Rogue jeans. And they don't say Rogue on them. They have this RGT right there. But they're a Rogue jean. They have another little thing there. But what you're looking for is that feather right there. These are selvage jeans. These sold for $102 over on Poshmark. I must ship these in a padded flat rate priority. 102 on Poshmark. This year I'm experimenting with Christmas crap. I mean ornaments. Hey, yeah, do it. Come on. Christmas is probably the best selling holiday for sure type of items. No doubt. And it's like Q4. Everyone just is in the spinning mood for Christmas and usually for the happy. Actually, matter of fact, Christmas can sometimes, for some people, be the saddest part of the year, but most time it's happy and spending money. $102 for those. Pretty good pair of jeans. I'm not a hard goods seller, but I picked up a Leap Motion virtual reality controller and sold in hours for great profit. There you go. Yeah. Again, Dora, you're going to these estate sales in your videos on YouTube. If you could just know a little bit about everything. Nick's the same way. We know clothing. You guys watch me see a lot of clothing. Don't do a lot of hard goods anymore. But I do. There's quite a few hard goods I buy and just sell on Facebook Marketplace. So I will do hard goods. I mean, I have a whole thing right here full of smaller hard goods. I sold a hoodie from that brand for $150. They look so unassuming. Yeah, that brand is a really, really good brand. Really, really good brand. Yeah, the full name is Rogue Territory. Rogue Territory with the feather. Maybe like Native American type of deal. I don't know. Next item is, we're going to get to eBay. Let's make sure this is going to the right person. Okay. So someone internationally bought a pair of Levi's 550 jeans. 550 jeans. But the catch with these are they are vintage. On the tag right here, it says made in the USA. If you look on the back, it tells when they were made. And they were made in March of 2002. So probably towards the end of when they were made in the USA. But these are 550, not my favorite style, but they're made in the USA denim Levi's. And I'm paying $7.99 for every one I find. If you can find black wash, they sell the best. So there we go. There's that. This is going out in ground. Remember, I'm doing, for a lot of items, and I'll talk about it because I don't have some, but a lot of items now, I'm doing flat rate shipping. Either $10 flat rate or $7 flat rate. If it's over a pound, I do 10. If it's under a pound, I do 7. So I sold these for $22.99. They cost me $7.99. And I looked through, every single one of my $10 flat rates were under $10 when I purchased the label off eBay. What's up, Calhoun Buckies? My grandson, Brennan, who is 3, loves to watch K-Way Now, and your favorite to watch. He just said he likes you and can hear him. Hey, what's up? What's up, Brennan? Brennan reminds me of Step Brothers. Brennan, hi, buddy. Hope you have a good day. Be good. Don't get in trouble. I sold the old Levi's do feel much better quality-wise than the modern ones. Yeah, definitely, Nick, and you know that too. Most of the old Levi's were 100% cotton. Most vintage Levi's. A lot of pants these days, including Levi's and Paige and Joe's jeans and everything, they're all made with a little stretch, a little polyester, a little spandex usually, and they deteriorate quicker. So that's going internationally. Cool. Take that sale. Sold a pair of figs. Bought a whole bunch of figs, $3.99 a piece. They were like all the same size, women's, different colors. And I just decided to buy them. They were all there. Easy for me to list these because I can do them back to back to back. They sold for $13.99. I know it's not the best profit, and a lot of people probably wouldn't want, an $8 profit for an item. But when I can do them back to back to back, I'm fine with that. Brad, take that hat off. It's embarrassing, says my wife. No, the Colts won. I'm not taking it off. I'm not taking it off. You want me to put the straw one on? I'll put the straw one on. Look. Here you go. That one might be even more embarrassing. The Colts straw hat. I don't care. I don't care how I look. I'm married, Shelby. I'm married. I don't care. I know you do more than clothing, but just curious if you ever felt like shifting. Yeah, so I would shift in a heartbeat back to what I used to sell. The problem is I just can't find it as often. I just can't find it as often. I can be guaranteed to go to thrift stores throughout the day and find clothing all day long. I will look through the hard goods. I can't find what I used to find. The hard goods at our thrift stores, I can't find. Even golf clubs, like maybe 5 years ago, I could go into the thrift stores and get tons of golf clubs. I can't even get those now here in Indianapolis. So I would. I mean, there are plenty of times where I sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Good to see you still kicking life in the reseller gut. Haven't thrifted in months. What's up, Wax and Tartans? Yeah, to be honest, I haven't thrifted a lot. I haven't listed a lot. And I haven't even been posting a lot. I've just been coming on live with you guys listing. I've been listing at least 5 to 10 items a day, but they're kind of more expensive items. Like the items I'm about to take pictures of today, they're like $100 items a piece. Is there an easy way to tell if shorts are vintage, swim trunks, or board shorts? Dirty City or Derby City, I would say if they're made in the USA, then you can count on those being vintage. If they're not made in the USA, they still might be just barely vintage, but I would look for made in the USA. Go Bills. Yeah, that Bills game. I didn't even watch the end of it because I thought the Ravens had it in the bag. And then I saw this morning when I got on ESPN, like, boom, Bills won. What? When shipping, does the size of the package matter? Yes, as long as it's not oversized or just weight. Example, is a 7-ounce 4x6 poly mailer cheaper than a 7-ounce 14x16 poly? It might be, but a lot of times, Chris, you have to put in the 3 dimensions. And what I do, like with those figs, I put in 8x6x1. I do think it makes a little bit of difference, but you can tell when you enter in the numbers, you can see how much the prices will be. Like on eBay, it'll say it'll cost the buyer $6 to $8. If you change the dimensions, it might be saying $670 to $970. So it might. I'm in the same spot as you. 19, 20 top categories this year are clothing. Didn't even look for clothing in 2022. Yeah, it's just the way it is. 19 of your 20, and I know you for being like a hard goods, but yeah, clothing. I'll never forget that store, man. You got some competition up there too, Nick, with the clothing. It's crazy. How about them Colts? I know, right? How about them Colts? Let's go. Next item. Be on the lookout for this. I've talked about it before, but they're always newbies. Welcome in. Eddie Bauer Travex. Eddie Bauer Travex. You're going to see that Travex right there. You want to be on the lookout for that. You'll see pants. This is a vest. The only time I've ever found a vest, but I really like finding the blazers by Travex. It's a blazer, but it's made with this polyester material. So it's very like commuter-ish. You might get rained on a little bit or whatever. Travex vest. This sold on eBay for $23.99 via promoted listings. Again, if you're new here, I promote all my items on eBay at 9%, my entire store. And then I have Nifty do all my cross-listing with Nifty, and I have Nifty send out offers and all the recreates and relists and stuff like that. So you'll hear me talk about some of those things. This one is a promoted listing sale. So eBay is going to get an extra 9% on that one. Do you sell Tom Brady shirts? Heck no. Get that guy out of here. No, Tom Brady's awful. I mean, he's won more Super Bowl rings, but no, we don't like Tom Brady around here. No. But I mean, if I did find a Tom Brady signed something that's worth money, I'm not going to pass it up. I've talked about that. I'm not too good for any, I'll buy both sides of the aisle, just in football too. I don't care. Craig, is it going to Craig? It's going to Craig. Going to Craig. Travex. The pants sell for around $18 to $19 to $20. That sold for $23.99. The blazers will sell for like $45. I'm seeing an uptick in racing stuff. Indy, F1, anyone else? Lucky, here soon, F1's going to be in the U.S. Like, I think October or November, they have a race in Austin. I know in November they have a race in Las Vegas, so you might see an uptick in that. The IndyCar series just ended, and I think the NASCAR series is still going on. I was going head-to-head with a 350-pounder last week at a thrift store. Had to beat him in the speed department. Yep, there you go, Nick. Head-to-head with the 350-pounder. Got to beat him in speed. That's right. I mean, they might be big, but if you can get there first, they can't catch you. Here is a sweater that I sold for $70. It's pure cashmere. This is a brand you want to be on the lookout for. It's called I don't know how do you pronounce it, but I'm going to say Malo or Malo, M-A-L-O. M-A-L-O. Men's just regular cashmere sweater, M-A-L-O. This sold for $70 on eBay. $70 on eBay. So some pretty good sales over the weekend, I guess. Pretty good sales. No, don't like Tom Brady around here. No, we don't like Tom Brady. Get him out of here. No, don't like Tom Brady. If you know the history of the Colts, we do not like the Patriots. We do not like the Patriots one little bit. That's going to Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. Out. Next item, I actually thrifted these with bearded too. It's funny how you know where you got everything, right? These are a pair of Orvis signature collection. Orvis signature collection, like wool tweed pants. And they have like that leather accent. These sold for $60 via promoted listing on eBay. So some wool Orvis pants for $60 on eBay. Now that I'm looking at it, I did have some good sales over the weekend. I'm good. I'm happy with this. I didn't even look at really like what I sold on my prices. I just pulled stuff this morning. I love to do something and came back and you have a different hat on. Are you showing us your collection? I mean, I could. What's up, Anna? I mean, I got Colts hats. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? This is going out. What is this going out? Padded flat rate? Let me make sure that's true. It is. It's going out padded flat rate. A little bit nicer pair of pants. So there's my nice folding style padded flat rate. Just want to make sure I get all your comments read. Do you lower the prices if you haven't sold in a certain amount of time? Heather, good question. So really try to get items, and obviously we all do, we really try to get good items and price them to sell. So we try to get like items that have a good sell-through rate and price them at a competitive price so they will sell. But we do have items that don't sell right away, right? Usually I wait a whole season. So if a month ago, I just listed some cargo shorts or whatever and they haven't sold, I'm not going to, I might run an end of the year or end of the season sale, but like all those cargo shorts and shorts, they'll stay in my store. They'll stay listed and Nifty will recreate them all the time, but I'll keep them until next year. Now, next season, if they're still in stock halfway through the summer and spring, I'll mark them down. I'll put them at like $5 or something like that, or just run a big sale. But yeah, most items these days now, I don't buy items that won't sell. Yeah. So, and I price my stuff really competitively, usually towards the bottom of the market. Now that I'm at age 30, it's odd being older than most NFL players, watching my childhood kids playing. Yes. Nick, you're only 30. Man, I feel old. I'm in my 30s. I'm 39. I don't want to turn 40. But yeah, right? I know it's kind of crazy watching all the people we grew up with turn old and all these NFL players. I mean, if I were playing in the NFL, I would be one of the oldest players in the NFL. That's sad. That's sad. A pair of Zegna jeans. Zegna. These don't do, I pick them up, obviously. But I think when most people would find a pair of Zegna jeans or Zegna, whatever you pronounce them, they'd be like, oh, that's $100, that's $200. Originally they would have been, but I've never sold these for a ton of money. So Zegna jeans, these sold for $42.99 via promoted listing, which isn't bad. I mean, that's good for a pair of jeans for me, but I'm just saying most of the time when we find Zegna, we're like, oh my gosh, such a grand slam. It's not always the case for me. Not always the case. These are going out just ground. Just ground. On Christian Dior, which is better, made in Hong Kong or France? Probably France. Christian Dior. I pick up a little bit of Christian Dior. I pick up a few ties that are Christian Dior, and I pick up a few suits, a few blazers. But I would say France is probably better. Just want to comp out the style. A lot of Christian Dior is not in style right now. So it's kind of out of date. Make sure it's going to the right person. Manual. Now, this next pair, if you guys watched my last live or the live before that, we talked about this next thing. What's up, Vernon and Callie? 40s were awesome. Don't hate it. Were the 40s awesome? Okay. If the 40s are awesome, I'm going to be good with that. Just wait till you're 45. Some of your friends have kids old enough to be in the NFL. Oh my gosh. I know. And then like friends are going to have grandkids and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I have friends who are my age whose kids are in college now. So we just waited a little while. Do you remember the other day when I cross-listed these pants? So I cross-listed these Vineyard Vines pants. We did it together on live on Nifty or whatever. And I only had like a few pictures. I think people were like, I'm surprised you didn't do the inseam. I didn't have the measurements of the inseam. I'm like, I don't do the measurements of the inseam if they're on here and they're correct. If I measure it and they're correct, I don't do it. I don't need to put it in there. And they sold $19.99. So sold pretty quickly. These are Vineyard Vines. These are not on the go. The on the go do better. These are like the first Vineyard Vines performance type of pants. This waistband right here are one of the first ones. Now most of them are all on the go. They say on the go on them. Do you use Nifty's automatic promotion for eBay? No. So I just promote through eBay, the actual site. I also promoting, I don't promote on Poshmark, and I do boost my store on Depop at 8%. So just so you know. No, Nifty, I don't. I just had Nifty send out the offers and do the recreates. And then on Poshmark, I have it do like the thousands of shares a day. All that sort of thing. $19.99, those were $5. Those are $5. The young folks calling us old for using Google and not Chat GPT. I'm telling you what, man. I just started using Chat GPT a little bit. And wow. Unbelievable. Now, I mean, I see the hype behind it. Like you can have ask it a question and it will just build off that question. It's really good. So good. Another NFL item. This one happens to be the Colts. Let's go. The Colts. This is the Colts, and this is like a famous, or not a famous, but a really popular style of NFL gear. I think it's called like Shark Tooth. Shark Tooth. You'll see them in hats often, but this is an LA Logo Athletics jacket, and it's called Shark Tooth. You can see why it's called Shark Tooth. This sold on eBay for $75. $75 on eBay. Really good sale. So this is good, some good ASP, some average sales price on here. Pretty good. This is going to Portland, Oregon. For real? Portland, Oregon. Okay. It's going to Portland, Oregon. Let's go. Colts fans of Portland, Oregon. How about that? Hold on a second. Boom. There we go. Had to ban this person putting in stuff. Good morning, Jackie, Justin. Love my 40s. Love my 40s, they say. Good. Your scammers are back on your feet. Garrett, got them. I got them, Faith. So Portland, Oregon, $75. That was $5.99. It's a lightweight jacket. Those cost me $5.99. That's a great looking jacket. I know. Those Shark Tooth are so popular, especially in the hats. The hats sell for more than the jackets. I sold a Dolphins hat, I think, for around $100 before. I think. We beat the Dolphins, by the way. Next item, $100 item. Double RL corduroy pants. I priced these a little bit cheaper. They sold for full price at $100. I just listed them. They're missing a couple buttons. So they're missing a couple buttons. The main one right there. So I priced these a little bit cheaper, but these are double RL corduroy pants. Again, this is what you're looking for. The Ralph Lauren double RL, not Polo Ralph Lauren double RL. Good morning, Yitz. What's up? Morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I see lots of good morning. Welcome in. These are pretty cool. I also listed some other corduroy pants. I've listed them at like 150, and people are trying to send me offers. I'm not having it because I know those will sell really well. These are going out ground. Another good sale. Good sales. I'm happy with this. See, this is the best time of year. Once we start selling these winter items, those average sales prices go up for me with clothing a lot more. No more polos and shorts and stuff that sell for $18 for the most part. You're getting into these $100 items, $75 items. This one is going overseas. That one's going overseas. I'll never see that one again, which is great. That's the best part. Megan, good morning. Welcome in. All right. Next item, a Patagonia. This is a cashmere wool blend. Most of the time, I don't know. I'll pick up most Patagonia. Obviously, this one's a cashmere and wool blend, so I picked it up. But just regular Patagonia, unless it has something that says Patagonia, this has like nothing on the outside that says it's Patagonia. I'll pick it up. It sold for $50. So $50, not too bad. Patagonia, wool and cashmere. Wool and cashmere. This, oh, it's not the next item. It's the item after. Scroll down there. Good. All right. Put that in here. Jared, $49.99. That came out of a bulk buy. That one came out of a bulk buy, and so did this next pair, double RL. So the double RL, that, and this double RL all came out of a bulk buy. These are double RL, like duck pant, like just really thick khaki pants. Really thick khaki pants with the spots on them to put overalls. So double RL. These sold for $110. $110. Part of a bulk buy. These are going out padded flat rate. So kind of these more expensive items, like clothing, I put in padded flat rate. There's your fold. Nice and neat. These are not going overseas. I don't think. No, they're not going overseas. Yeah, a couple double RL. Let me see the next one. Oh, yeah, these are good too. Some learning, some teaching moments here in a second. Stuff those in there. I will tell you this. Trying to put flannel line jeans in a padded flat rate envelope is very hard. Very, very hard. So I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. Flannel line jeans are just, they go at just ground advantage. I used to put them in these. It's awful. Gives me nightmares. Also, Shelby remembers, she used to help me pack and do all that when it was my side hustle. Next items. So someone bought both of these pairs of pants. So they're both Under Armour long pairs of pants, but these are a little bit different. They sell for a little bit better than most. They were $19.99 a piece is what I sold them for. But whenever you see on Under Armour the inner that looks like that, you'll see it on like quarter zips, jackets, pants. You don't see it on pants very often, but it's the infrared. So these are a little bit warmer. They'll keep you a little bit warmer. These are great golf pants for the fall and whatnot. Both of them sold same size to the same buyer, $19.99 a piece. Did not sell promoted or anything, just sold. Know what I mean? So good on those. Look for the infrared. The infrared does better than normal. So it's something to be on the lookout for. But I've been using a lot of these bigger eBay bags. These are great for this time of year. Love these bags. They're kind of expensive. I only get them with my eBay coupon. Digging the Hat. Good morning. What's up, Michelle? Appreciate you. Yep. My wife told me to put away my red hat, which I might put back on because I like it better. So I'm wearing this hat instead. I think I got this hat at Goodwill. I bought it. I'm going to put the red hat back on. Because this one, if KOA ever sees me or comes in here, he'll know that I bought this from his whatnot and the Titans lost and the Colts won. So that's what's up. All right. Next item, a pair of link sole, new with tags. These are interesting. Again, these are a great thing to sell before the winter because it's really tough to sell these year round. Yes, I know. People are going to be saying, oh, I still sell my stuff year round. I do too. But the chances of swimsuits selling in the winter compared to the summer and spring is a lot less. These I bought off of Whatnot, Daily Refinement, about a year ago. They got a whole thing of link sole, and they were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs right now. And I just was buying up so many. So these sold for $22.50 via promoted listing, link sole. I think I was buying these for about $5 a piece. Um, bu- 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 Let's be real. K-Way isn't awake for 3 more hours. You know what? I would say that too, but remember last week he surprised us and he was up early. But yeah, he wouldn't be. Usually he's not awake. No, but he's probably pacing his house because he has nothing to do. Nothing to do because they're not thrifting or anything because they're getting ready to move. Ryan, Link Soul. I'm very selective. This was a good one. Great piece for the fall. I don't pick up all Polo Ralph Lauren sweaters, right? But I do pick up the knit cotton ones. So see how it's kind of got that knit texture to it. I do pick these up, especially if they're in good condition, which means like they've been washed just a few times. You can tell if they've been washed a lot. But pick this up for $4.99 and it sold for $34.99. Happy with that sale. Again, I'm not picking up like most of those quarter zip Ralph Lauren's. I don't pick those up, but I do pick these up if they're like a knit. And the orange, you don't really see that very often. I thought it's perfect. It's a pumpkin. How's your luck with eBay auctions? I would have really good luck with the eBay auctions when I would sell a in-demand item that there are really not any listed. So you're talking about like rare items. For example, let's say I found a World War II dagger, like a World War II dagger that was made by like one of the soldiers because they did that a lot. That's something I'd auction off because people collect that and they'll go after it. Just like Sotheby's with art and stuff like that. I would find old like cast iron toys that I didn't want to sit on for 6 months. There would be none listed, so I would auction those off. And a lot of people collect those, or they used to at least. So those are those types of things. With clothing now, I don't auction stuff off. The only time I auction stuff off is like just maybe a really rare T-shirt or something like that, where I could price it high, or maybe I have priced it high and I'm not getting any bites. I'm like, you know what? I paid $2. I'll start it at $1 and whatever it sells for is what I would do. That a Ralph Lauren sweater would be perfect for a Tennessee Vols game. It would be, right? Get a little chilly down there in Tennessee, go to a football game at night. That would be a good one. Another Ralph Lauren, again, I always talk about it. My favorite pattern for Ralph Lauren shirts is the gingham check. These sell best for me over plaids, over solids. Stripes sell pretty good too, some stripes. But these gingham checks, I priced them at the high end of my polo shirts, $22.99. Sold via promoted listing. Do you get Rare Bunny clothes for sale? Is it a good brand? Rare Bunny? I don't know Rare Bunny. What's up, Tej? Tej in the house. Tej, you're a moderator here? I don't even know how to make people moderators on my YouTube. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know Rare Bunny. I know Psycho Bunny. I was going to say Bad Bunny, but that's a dude. You can't buy him. I mean, maybe you could, but can't buy him. That's a dude. I only know Psycho Bunny. I don't know Rare Bunny. It must be really rare. Next item. These shocked me, okay? I posted this on my Facebook and Instagram page. So if you don't follow me over there, YouTubers, all 100 of you guys I see, if you don't follow me over there, I post a lot of stuff over there. So these are called Shot or Shot, I don't know. Shot, whatever, leather pants. Anywho, anytime I find leather men's pants, especially 5-pocket leather men's pants, Leatherman, that's my last name, Leatherman. I pick them up. I pick them up for $5. I don't care what the brand is. I pick them up. Men's leather pants. I will always pick up. I listed these for $99.99 and they sold in less than a day. Less than a day. $5 into 100. Less than a day on these. They're going out padded flat rate. Leather men's pants. Be on the lookout for. Do you ever find auctions to flip? I know, like, actually, I was looking at that last night. High bid. I was looking at high bid last night on my phone. You can look at high bid, and you'll have local auctions. They'll have auctions from around different places where you can bid on stuff and have it shipped to you. But yeah, high bid's a great place to look for like online auctions. Also, you can look around and see if there are any local auctions around your area. I know like Bearded buys a ton from local auctions, a ton. Not clothing, but like his type of stuff. Good sale there. Vineyard Vines. Bought this because it was one of those really like stretchy type of performance. Yeah, performance Vineyard Vines. So it's got the performance. It's a size small. It's a hoodie. So you know what? For $5, I'll make some money off that. It's good. Size small. A lot of time people don't buy size small, but there's a lot of teenagers that wear size small. And adults. I'm special. That's why you're a moderator. You are special. I have a lot of special people. All I think about is my friend's episode with Ross and the leather pants and Chuckle. I have not seen that episode, but I can imagine on Friends. Yeah, leather pants, man. I don't know. They just sell. They just always sell. Always have. Leather pants. When I see leather pants, I think of like Freddie Mercury. That's what I think of. All right, this is a North Face hoodie. This is an old listing. This was taken on my wood floor, and so probably like 2 years old. This is just a North Face hoodie. North Face hoodie size. It seems like a small. It's a size small. Sold for $19.50. So that one was an auto posture sale. Auto posture sale on a thing for it. Took photos of some leather pants this morning. I think the brand is Prefixo. It's from Brazil. I wonder if they're good. I don't know. You have to look up comps, but I just do well with any. I mean, I sell Gap leather pants, whatever. Like men's leather pants always sell well for me. And the pictures of those were awful. The pictures of those leather pants were awful. I couldn't, on my board, they kept sliding. So I had to put my board really up high and take my photos up high. And the shine on them, they were just not good photos. So stay tuned for a return. Next item, 1980. This is another nifty sale. Talked about it. And it was a promoted listing. So promoted listing and nifty sales. If someone got a good deal. Nifty sent out an offer on these. Again, if you're new to watching this, Nifty's a cross-lister and sends out offers and does all that stuff on all my platforms. It's the best, better than Vendu or whatever. I think down below I put Surf's Up Finds. You go to surfsupfinds.com and you can get a discount on like Nifty, whatnot, and also see all the Amazon stuff I use. Just took photo. Good morning, Colette. Thanks, Festa Flipper. I think it's cool too. Colts won. Morning. What's up, Carolyn? Just showed on Facebook. I see 2 white dots. I'm guessing bouncing off something on your home. Yeah. So it's sunny out. So whenever you see these little dots on me, you know it's sunny out. Because I have this I'm in my basement. I have, a little baby basement window. And it comes in. Little baby basement window. Which means I'm facing the west or the east. Facing the east. Next item. How much were these? Usually they're on the bottom. Maybe I got these at a garage sale for $2. I think I got these at a garage sale. I did. For $2 with those Ariats. They're all the same. These are women's. Yeah, women's or men's, but they are women's. I bought these for $2. They're Kissick shoes, and they're a canvas. And they were dirty, but I bought them anyways. So I sprayed the Shout on them, which is on the Amazon, what I use. And then a lot of times what I do is I'll just rub them together or rub them both together. And then I'll throw them in the washer. And they turned out really, really clean. So Kissick shoes, $2 into $21.60. That was another nifty sale. And what I'll do with these is I'm going to put them butt to butt like this, butt to butt. I'm going to wrap them in some paper. And then I'm going to put them in an eBay poly mailer. So I don't even put these in a box. Is this live? Of course, rub them together. Felix, you know it's live. Cutie. You little cutie. Okay. Get those in there. Oh, yeah. Like a glove. Perfect. Perfect. Someone's just going to be so happy with those. That look at that. It's just like a perfect little burrito of shoes sent right to them. Kissick shoes, white. You're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. So someone might be breaking a rule. Are they going? Where are they going? Wisconsin? What are they doing? Maybe Miami. All right. Pair of Travis Matthew shorts. Again, happy to get rid of these right before it gets cold outside. These sold for $18.99. Travis Matthew shorts. Purple. I will still pick these up. Again, always with golf shorts, period. You want to look for tee marks and ball marks right here on the pockets, on the back and on the front. Because people will take their tee or their ball and they'll wipe it off on their pants and those stain. Those stain. Did I win the lottery? I haven't looked at the ticket. I'm guessing I didn't. Did anyone win the lottery? Did anyone win the lottery? Powerball. 20 million. I'm guessing someone won it. Powerball news. Or I don't know. I'm guessing someone won it. You guys will tell me. If someone won it. It's my shoes butt to butt, isn't it? Not in a box. Hey, sometimes you just have to do that. Butt to butt. Ask Kayway about that. Just discovered an awesome flea market close to my house. One guy is buying storage units up near Nashville. He does zero selling online. I'm sensing a potential opportunity here. Yes, Festive Flipper. That is a huge opportunity. Congratulations. Like, that is awesome. Like, I want to give you, like, that's good. Find someone who does storage units. They bring it to the places. And then you can get their number and be like, listen, like, I'll buy whatever clothing you get in storage units or whatever you particularly like. You know, they would much rather just get it sold. They want that money back quick. That's awesome. Yeah, flea markets are great. We don't have a lot. Thanks for the hearts. I see some hearts and some likes. Appreciate you hitting the like. Morning, Richie Rich. By the way, if you're just now joining, I'm on 2 different platforms. A streaming service wasn't working this morning, so I'm like looking at 2 different screens. I think I may start doing some of those live thrifting and whatnot sales. That way I won't have to buy the items first. Okay, listen, Festive Flipper. Let's talk about that. Those live whatnot sales. After I hydrate, hold on a second. You won the Powerball. Well, $8. Actually, 2 people won it big. All right, Trisha, 2 people won it big. I don't think it was me. Joseph, good morning. Be on the lookout for Bauman Paris bike jeans. Okay, Bauman Paris bike jeans. Good money. Picked one up the other day. I picked these up. HB. They're not, these are like biker jeans. HB biker jeans. And they have like the Kevlar in them, which you cannot put. That's a veroed word. But all right, that's one to be on the lookout for too. So my wife showed me a TikTok of this person that she follows, and they were going to the Disney store outlet at the mall, and they got there early, and there was a line of resellers waiting to get in the Disney store outlet with wagons, like foldable wagons. And they go in, and she's like, this is crazy. People are going in, whatever, you know, I'm just trying to buy a pair of $10 Mickey ears. They go in, and what they were doing, she was showing it. Everyone was live whatnotting in the Disney store, in the Disney store outlets, like showing stuff, and if people wanted it, they'd put it in their cart and buy it. Obviously, they didn't, they'd put it aside. The whole store was doing it with just piles. So, yeah, the people are doing that. I could see at some point, I don't know. Are people going to, are stores going to continue to allow that? because they're making sales? Or are they going to say, no, you can't do that? That's a good question. Because they're making really good sales, and the point of the store is to make money. But at the same time, it might ruin the shopping experience for people. Just got my 2 cruises planned, one in November and one at the beginning of February. Super excited. Let's go, Dora. That is awesome. Yes. So those are 2 good months to plan cruises because they're usually inexpensive. In fact, we're going on a cruise during spring break. It costs more than double what one of our friends is going on. They're pulling their kid out in February and going on a cruise. It costs more than double during our spring break. It's crazy. 1 person in Missouri, 1 person and 1 in Texas. Can I ask what your store's sell-through rate is? My sell-through rate has been declining since I started selling clothes. So I have active 836 in the last 90 days, and I've sold 661. Active 336, sold 661. I've also sold stuff, on Poshmark, Mercari, and places like that. So I think I have like would that be like a 70 or something, 70-something% sell-through rate, something like that? I don't know. Just buy good items, price them competitively. Good morning from Copenhagen. Copenhagen, what's up? World famous Ben is in Copenhagen. No one knows me over there, Ben. No one knows me over there. But you brought me over. You're making me worldwide, Ben. You're making me worldwide. Worldwide. The reseller of clothing. So exciting. The clothing, the stores have automatic salespeople. They don't have to pay. Where at, Caroline? Where are you talking about, Caroline? Where at? How do these people do what? Oh, the stores have automatic sales people. They don't have to pay. Oh, yeah, pretty much. Do these people do Whatnot live in the bins? In our bins in Indy, they would never allow that. So there are certain bins, Trisha. If you go to Whatnot, I think his name's Flip the World. He does Whatnots out of the bins. Yeah, here in Indy, they would never allow that. In Indy, you can't film. You can't do any of that in the bins. Some people don't like those live selling sellers. Supposedly, they lowball also. Probably do, Felix. Felix, you would say that. I'm talking about just doing the live Whatnot shows at a flea market with sellers' consent. Gotcha. Yeah. Festive flipper. And I'm not talking down to that. I would just saying that because that's something I observed over the weekend that Shelby told me. And we were like, what? Yeah. I think if you go into like Home Goods and places, there are people doing that. It's becoming a thing. I see people doing flea markets. I remember Arizona Pickens would do it. I think Nice Comps does it at like garage sales. Yeah. I mean, if you can make money and it's okay, why not? And you don't mind like doing it and people don't mind doing it, do it. Carbon to Cobalt. This is like a brand I'm like, I'm not really going to pick up anymore. And then I keep selling them. Like I'm like, I'm not going to pick these up. They're not selling. And then they sell. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I got to go back to make sure I'm sending it to the right person. $19.99. Cindy paid $5 for it. So that's on you. If you want to get it, that's on you. If you want to get it. If it doesn't sell, don't blame me. Don't blame me. I've never seen I have seen reseller lives at the bin selling on Whatnot. Piece of scrap. Where you go to the bins at? What city? What city? Okay, I was like, why do I have one extra? I don't. We're good. We're good. We're good. I mean, there's estate sales that do live selling on Whatnot. Are there estate sales that do live selling too? I think it's a matter of time before eBay tries to, or not eBay, but Goodwill tries to do live selling too. Someone canceled an order on a hoodie, whatever. These are a pair of built pants. Built pants. Built pants sell well for me. The shirts and stuff do too, but I have a return coming back on one of the shirts because they did not fit the person. Built. Actually, over the weekend, I think I had 2 or 3 people request returns. All of them did not fit. Fine. I'm fine with that. Don't care. I'll bring it back. Same condition. I'll just refund the cost of the item and relist it. No big deal. It's part of the business. We don't really have theft. Salt Lake City. Okay. Salt Lake City. Yeah, here in Indy, they're pretty strict, but I also know people are crazy. There's your nice fold on those. Those are going out ground. Again, $7 flat rate shipping on those. Again, that probably cost me $6 to do it. The Rare Bunny item says made in India, 100% cotton. Looks pretty cool, but if it's the first time I've seen it, think you'll like your hat. Oh, thank you. Thanks for that. Yeah, got it from K-Way Shops, whatnot. He sells Colt stuff, for the record. If it's your first time seeing it and you can't really find much online, those are usually items that I don't pick up. I mean, even if like I can Google it and there's nothing, sometimes rare occasions you'll find an item that's like you know, a store on Madison Avenue and there's only one store and they create custom, you know, like made to fit tailored items. And you're not going to see really it on eBay, but then if you search it on Google, you'll see that the shirts are $300 and the jeans are $400. Then, you know, that's different. But if you can't find it on Google, then I probably wouldn't be picking it up, in my opinion. Another pair of vintage Levi's. These are 512s. I think these are made in the USA. Yeah, made in the USA. 512s, slim fit. I don't know. I don't even remember ever picking up 512s before. 512s, slim fit tapered. These are also new. They're new. Sold these for $35. The guy went back and forth, back and forth. I stayed at 35. I had them listed at 40. Did not take less, did not take less. I would have a feeling if these were like a 560 new, or a black wash, more baggy. These are slim, and slim aren't really super in right now. So I think that's why they didn't sell for more than $35. But I'm fine with that. They were $7.99 for me. And that, everybody, is the last item for the weekend. The last item for the weekend. So a recap: 1 Mercari, 5 Poshmark, and like maybe just under 30 eBay over the weekend. Not too bad. Not too bad. Didn't really hear about you earlier. No, people didn't really talk about how their sales were over the weekend. So if you have any other questions, ask them now, or message them later. Message me later. That's what I would say. And I'm going to be hitting the gym and hitting the pictures. No thrifting today for me. No thrifting. Oh, and the post office, of course. Big pile of stuff. But that's it, everybody. I appreciate you coming in. As always, go Colts. What's your store count? What's my store count? eBay for life. I like your name, eBay for life. What's my store count? How many items do I have in my store? It says 836, but I have more than that because I have multi-quantity items. Some of the items that that I'll just, if it sells, I'll relist the same item. So probably like 900 items, something like that is my store count right now. The highest I've ever had it up to was about 1,500. And then I got nifty and it dropped to about 1,200, 1,100. I couldn't keep up with the sales. And then I sold all my women's stuff off on a Whatnot show, and that dropped up to below 1,000. So that's kind of how I got to 900. I had 1,500, got nifty, couldn't keep up with the sales, did a Whatnot show with all my women's clothing, and that's how I got where I am now. But so I guess a good goal for me would be to get above 1,000. But I've talked about it before. That's kind of not a goal of mine, is to get above a number. It's more of just listing a certain amount of items a day or a week. I don't care if I have 800 items in my store and I'm selling 100 and whatever items a week. It doesn't matter. I just want to be listing and selling. Like 26 miles from my area. Lucky them. Fritzensburg, Texas. What would you price a vintage new without tag Ralph Lauren corduroy blazer with leather cover buttons, olive green? That's a great fall piece. Let's see. Vintage new without tag. Oh man. Oh, I don't know. I haven't found that. It's Ralph Lauren corduroy, so it's not Polo Ralph Lauren. Probably like 60 or 70 bucks. 60 or 70 bucks probably for that. If it's a Ralph Lauren. That's a great color. That green corduroy this time of year, you couldn't ask for like a better time to list that item. I would obviously look up comps though, but comps are also going to be based on the last 90 days, which is summer days. So they might not be that accurate for that item. Elaine, you're welcome. Have a great day. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you coming in. I'm at 140. Did 8 this weekend, so I was comparing to see where I'm at. Yeah, don't compare yourself to others. I mean, it's up to you, but yeah, if you sold 8 out of 140 items, I think that's a good sell-through rate. I think you did great. But yeah, that's it, everybody. I'm gonna head off. Have a great day. Bye. See you later. Peace.